Hello and Namaste. I am Ketan Kung from 192 Consulting. After having discussed the broad outline procedure of reclaiming of the shares, from this video we are going to dive deeper into the reclaiming of the shares, the procedure regarding the reclaiming of the shares. Now, point number one, very important thing that the investors should note over here is the form ISR. ISR stands for Investor Service Request. In the upcoming videos, we are going to deal with forms ISR-1, ISR-2, SH-13, ISR-3, ISR-4 and ISR-5. There are 5 forms total. Actually, there are 6 forms, but SH-13 and ISR-3 are interchangeable. Either of them have to be filed. So, effectively, there are 6 forms, but while filing, either 4 forms have to be filed or 5 forms have to be filed. 4 forms if the investor himself is making the claim. ISR 5, that is the 5th form, it will come into place only in the transmission cases. In this video, we are going to deal or try and understand what is ISR 1. ISR 1 is a very basic form. ISR 1, the entire reclaiming procedure starts with ISR 1. The utility, the purpose why ISR 1 is filed is to update the basic details of the investor or the claimant on the records of the company. Which are these details? First of all, the correct spelling of the name. Secondly, the email address, mobile address, postal address, PAN and Aadhaar. All these details get updated on the company's records through RTA by filing one form that is called ISR 1. For filing of form ISR 1, the investor has to be aware of the details of holding. That also we have spoken about in the earlier video. The obtaining of the details of holding is very important before getting in the procedure of reclaiming of the shares. Why? Because if there is a bonus issue and the investor is not aware of the shares issued as bonus, then it might happen that the investor may do all the documentation for the basic shares and not for the bonus shares, and later on the RTA may inform that the investor has to apply for the bonus shares also. In that case, time and monetary resources will be wasted. So, before filing form ISR 1, it is mandatory or it is very important for the investor to obtain the accurate latest details of holdings from the company. These details of holdings go directly into ISR 1. Now, what are these details? First of all, the folio number of shares against that folio, distinctive numbers of the shares and the face value of the share. So after having filled in the name and basic details, the shareholder has to fill these details. He gets them from the company. If the shareholder has the share certificates available with them, then he can file or fill form ISR 1 on the basis of the shares. But that also depends how old the share certificates are and if there are any corporate actions after the issuance of the share certificates by the company long. The updation of the KYC documents or updation of the KYC information is done through ISR 1. Again, it is very important for investors to know at this juncture itself that while updating the KYC, they won't get updated if the PAN and Aadhaar of the investors are not linked. They have to be linked together along with the registered mobile number of the shareholder. So the utility of ISR 1 is to update the KYC information. KYC includes PAN, Aadhaar, mobile number, postal address, etc. For this, the investor also has to know the details of his holdings such as face value, distinctive numbers, etc. Aadhaar and PAN has to be linked, and all these documents as the identity proof, address proof and the details of the demat account. Because now, if you remember in earlier videos, I have mentioned that physical share transfers or physical holdings are no more allowed. If the shareholder has to reclaim the shares from IEPFA, it is mandatory for him to have the demat account. The details of the demat account also have to be mentioned in the ISR 1. The supporting documents that are enclosed with form ISR 1 are the PAN, Aadhaar and client master list, the CML, which contains the details of the demat account of the shareholder. So this is very important information in relation to ISR 1. Whenever the investors are filing for ISR forms, ISR 1 comes first in place and there are certain details or these details that have to be taken care of while determining, or while this information has to be taken care of while filing Form ISR-1. If you have any queries relating to dematerialization of shares or ISR-1, please feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out to us by marking your comments in the comment section of this video. You can also write an email to us on info@192.in. Thank you so much.